Namaskaram, the South Indian is here. You know what? We can progress as much, but there are certain horrors which remain in society, for which we find no answers. Every time it happens, you and I ask each other, how come? How can anyone do such a horrible thing, such a horrific thing? And we are still, all of us, let's not pretend, we are all looking for answers. Here, it's not the question of politicians or politics about who said what and how incompetent the other is, although the government must be responsible, but it's more about a woman, the shame that it has brought upon all of us as a society, and I think the men should hang their head in shame more than the women. A gang of 6 men barged into a hotel room in Hangal on 8 January, Taluka and Haveri district in Karnataka. Their motive was to catch hold of a couple who belonged to 2 different communities and were apparently lovers. The self-styled moral police gang had apparently got a tip-off about a married woman from their community with a man from another, from an auto rickshaw driver. The gang swooped down on the interfaith couple and beat them, assaulted them, and then dragged the woman out of the room even as her clothes were in complete disarray. The gruesome act in the room was captured on camera, and the video was widely circulated on social media platforms. The gang, who had arrived on 3 motorcycles, then drove the couple to an isolated place like a forest, which was almost a kilometer away from the hotel. There, they put aside their bikes and proceeded to thrash the couple with sticks, both the man and the woman, even as they kept abusing the couple. It was here that the woman was gang raped repeatedly by the men, and once they finished violating her, apparently they gave her 500 rupees and asked her to go home.
न्यूज़ सामने आई थी जिसमें एक महिला और पुरुष जो होटल में थे, उनको ग्रुप ऑफ मेन उन्होंने अटैक किया था और होटल में ही जाकर, लेकिन आज उस न्यूज़ में एक और ट्विस्ट आया। उस महिला ने कहा कि 7 आदमियों ने उसका रेप किया, जो बहुत ख़तरनाक ट्रेंड हो रहा है सोसाइटी में कि आप सोच सकते हो कि एक महिला को किसी भी जगह पे कहीं पे भी रेप कर सकते हो और उसको एक सज़ा सुनाना आपके हाथ में है। लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को आप कुछ नहीं समझते। तो मुझे लगता है ये कहीं ना कहीं भूल उन व्यक्तियों की भी है और लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की भी, कि आप इतने वीक क्यों होते हो कि लोग आपको मजाक में ले सकते हैं। इन 7 व्यक्तियों को में से कुछ लोग पकड़े गए और कुछ नहीं पकड़े गए। हमने सुओ मोटो लिया है और डीजीपी को लिखी है चिट्ठी। अगर 3 दिन में जवाब नहीं आता है तो हमारी टीम एक वहां जाकर इंक्वायरी करेगी।
According to the police, initially the woman had not mentioned the gang rape, and therefore the FIR were those pertaining to kidnapping and assault. It was only later in front of a magistrate that she said that she had been gang raped by the 6 and also one other who was apparently a driver, after she was brought along with her friend to a forested area.
When there was incident in coastal area, he had a loud mouth, and they made a big statement about moral policing. CM himself has made a statement, will not allow moral policing. He doesn't have a word of sympathy for the victim, nor a word of the strict directions to catch the culprit and book them in the right sections. Is this rule of law? Is it a fair way of doing things? Total discrimination as far as the police cases are concerned, total interference from the government. Yesterday I saw Home Minister telling that we have given standard instructions. Now what is the standard instructions? If there are crime committed by the minority community, let them go loose, or put them in a very, very minor sections. What is the instruction? The way the police, Haveri police have conducted, it seems that there is an instruction not to book any major cases against the minority people who have done such a heinous crime.
जो कुछ घटना घटे है, एक लड़की ने इल्जाम लगाया है कि वो एक और एक लड़के के साथ जब वो कहीं रह रहे थे, कुछ अन्य कास्ट के लड़के आके उनको उठा के लेके गए। पहले जो लड़का उनके साथ था उनको पिटाई किया, मारा, बाद में उनको उठा के लेके जाके गैंगरेप किया है, ऐसे उन्होंने एलिगेशन किया है। ये तो बहुत ही गंभीर विषय है। तो मैं प्रदेश सरकार से आग्रह करता हूं कि सिद्धरामैया से आग्रह करता हूं, गृह मंत्री से आग्रह करता हूं, राज्य गृह मंत्री से, इसके इंक्वायरी, सीरियस इंक्वायरी होना चाहिए। जो भी इन्वॉल्व है तुरंत उन लोगों को अरेस्ट करना चाहिए और बाकी जो कार्रवाई हुआ है, कार्रवाई होना है, वो तो तुरंत करना चाहिए। एट मोमेंट मैं इतना कहता हूं, मैं पूरा डिटेल में, क्योंकि अभी तक इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है, एलिगेशन तो किया है, इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है, तो ठीक तरह से इन्वेस्टिगेशन करना। और कुछ लोगों का एक डाउट है कि ये हशप हो सकता है, ये हशप वगैरह नहीं करना चाहिए।
In Karnataka, the shocking moral policing incident involving 7 men, including Aftab, Abdul, Madar Saab, has now taken a more serious proportion. Not only did these men barge into the room of an interfaith couple, assault them, beat up even the young Muslim woman, drag them out, made a video out of it, but the woman has now complained that she has been gang raped. This is the level of law and order in Karnataka. But the voluble and loud Priyanka Vadra, Rahul Gandhi, Congress ecosystem spokespersons, all of them are maintaining pin drop silence. Why is it? Because Karnataka is Congress ruled, or because of the religion of the accused, based on which they will selectively express outrage and selectively remain silent?
So even as the politicians make it out about community and religion, etc., let me tell you the real story. What had happened was, initially she had said that she had been assaulted. It was after the shocker that she had been gang raped that the police included section 376D, which is gang rape, to the existing FIR. Of the 7 accused, police has so far arrested 3 who have been identified in the FIR. That's why I am giving out their names, and also I am telling their ages here, because if they were juveniles, no way would we have revealed their identity. So, these are Aftab Maqbool Ahmed, who is 24, Madarsa Saab Mohammad Isaaq Mandaki, who is supposed to be 23, and Abdul Qadir Jafir Saab, who is 24. Yet another suspect has been hospitalized due to an accident he met a day after the alleged incident. The lookout for the other accused is on. It is being said that the gang of men who abused and violated the woman and also assaulted the man were repeat offenders and were known as rowdies in the area. You know what? Here is where the politics works. When the Siddaramiah government took over, the newly minted chief minister, I remember, in one of his earliest meetings with state's police staff, had said about moral policing, and I am quoting him here. He had said, "This is a sensitive issue. We all have responsibilities in society. There are multiple sentiments in a society, and people will need to function in a manner that does not hurt sentiments. When sentiments are hurt, there will normally be action and reaction." I wonder, where is his state's police, Siddaramiah's, and also the state's conscience? Where has it gone? On holiday, or maybe they are busy with 2024. Let us debate. I am going to introduce you to the guest, the experts who are joining me today. But before that, I shall be joined by my colleague Muhammad Wajiullah, who shall bring us up to speed on what is the latest in the case. Waji, go ahead. Sad day. I mean, therefore, I just think, you know, for all of us, particularly for you who lives in Karnataka, just go ahead, Waji, and bring us up to speed on this horrific gang rape case.
Well, the police as of now has asked for the police custody of all the accused that have been named in the FIR, like you have mentioned, Sudha. Now the police has said that they will be able to do a better inquiry if the police in the police custody has been given to them. So far, the victim has been taken to the spot where she had explained that so and so incident happened with her. They had also gone to the hotel where these men had barged in and had tried to make a video and assault the girl. Now, so far, if we see the offences that have been charged against, the offences is trespassing, unlawful assembly, rioting, criminal intimidation, causing hurt, assault, and criminal force against a woman with intention to outrage her modesty. Now, these were the first offences that were registered in the FIR. And then, when the girl spoke to the media and said that she was also gang raped by these same men who had barged into the hotel, that is when Section 376D has been added. Now, so far, the investigation is going on. The police has been going to spot and verifying. Three people have been arrested. The other person is in the hospital. We are waiting more and more detail. But when we spoke to the SP has said that whether it is 3 people, 7 people, or 10 people, however many people who are involved in this case, we will make sure that every action is against those who are shielding the victim or who are somehow or the other indirectly even helping the victim. So they have assured to the people that all kind of action will be taken. It is a wait and watch game now. When will all these accused be arrested?
Vaji, the thing is that, I'm going to ask the experts also. Of course, we have a former DGP of Karnataka, Jija Madhavan Hari Singh, who is going to join us. As also I see Brinda Dige on the screen. Hello Brinda, and Satya Prakash ji, spokesperson for the KPCC. Let me go back to Vaji and ask one question. Vajiullah, tell me something. How come the woman did not talk to tell the police when they were registering? Not that it's incumbent on her to speak at all in front of the police, but I see a kind of a reluctance maybe, where she spoke in front of the magistrate about the gang rape. I mean, let's not get into the dirty politics of why are they, why is Siddaramiah government protecting minority community, all that, that's for politicians, let them win the elections. I'm asking you that is there a buzz about maybe the woman was too scared, or did the police do due diligence? Vaji, what are you picking up on the ground?
From what we've learned is that usually in such matters, the victim does not tell the entire incident immediately when the incident happened. Now, when the incident happened after the police intervened, they did an entire video recording of her statement and everything. And the police, as per what they have said to the media, that they had asked her all the kinds of questions, whether there was any other issue. But that the girl did not give of those things, is what the police said. But the next day, when the SP was watching news, is when he got to know that the girl has the media, dear guys, that incident of gang rape, that she was gang raped also by that same group. That is when the police intervened. The police, we had questioned the SP also regarding this, but the SP says that when we had questioned her, that she had not said this. But that did not mean that we did not add those charges. Now we will be investigating the entire matter, see see whether she was gang raped or not. Her second medical has also been done after she had alleged gang rape. So now it remains, now we'll have to wait and watch when the entire arrest have happened, and when the police comes out with a statement saying that why did the victim first disagree, or it can also be that there were so many people that had barged in and assaulted her, and they were, as you can see these videos, these are as horrific as it could get. So it could be it could be the fear out of these people that they could come back again, that she did not say that,
of course,
and she said that in the confinement of a reporter.
Yeah, Vaji, it's completely,
now investigated.
Yeah, it's all completely her prerogative, but I am only saying whether she wants to speak in front of the police or the magistrate. But the point of the matter is that, perhaps she should not be more traumatized than she already was. Vajiullah, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. And ladies and gents, and also to my guests, I'm going to take a short break right now. I have to, it's mandatory, and I'll come back to speak with all of you. Please give me a moment.
Ram's Ayodhya rebuilt. Ram Lala's Pran Pratishtha. Countdown to January 22nd. Dateline Ayodhya. Catch the mega coverage only on News 9 Live.
All right, so we are discussing, ladies and gentlemen, the horrific Haveri gang rape. And let's go to the experts and figure out what can be salvaged out of this terrible, terrible incident which took place in Karnataka. Jija Madhavan Hari Singh, former DGP of Karnataka, Brinda Adige, woman activist, Satya Prakash, who's spokesperson for the KPCC, all of them are now on the screen. But first up, by the way, Jija Madhavan Hari Singh is on the phone line. Jija Madhavan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Thank you very much. May I call you Jija?
Sure.
All right. So, Jija, I want to ask you that, you know, apparently these thugs were repeat offenders, and somehow, I mean, I'm not going to go by, I mean, there are lots of reports coming in, but unless the police speaks about it, nothing becomes official. But it seems like somewhere the police did not round them up because they were rowdies. They used to harass people. Moral policing was one of their, you know, pastimes. They used to do this. You know, my first thought goes that if you knew, the police knew that these were miscreants, what was it doing?
Who am I speaking to?
My name is Sudha, Jija. Hi.
Sudha.
Hi.
Hi, Sudha. Indeed, you know, increasing offences against women is a matter of grave importance, and all these heinous offences against women has been persisting. We have become more sensitized after the Nirbhaya incident, 2012 December. But the question here you were raising is about three things: moral policing, politicizing the issue, as well as, you know, the interfaith aspect is focused upon, and why the woman did not report to the police in the first instance. I think that you're saying that these are all, you know, confirmed rowdies or moral policing. I really do not think there is any evidence so far. In fact, I scanned all the reports available. Neither the SP nor the SP, who has taken all action very promptly and very objectively as soon as she knew.
Jija,
that
I'm sorry to interject, but if in a place local gundas can enter my room, I could be with my lover, I could be with my brother, I could be with my husbands, but if you can enter my room, slap me and abuse me, then I'm sorry. The law and order is in a shambles. There are no two ways about it. I'll come back to you. Let me get introductory remarks from the other guest. Jija, thank you for your patience. Brinda Adige, do you agree that in a place like Haveri, in a, you know, whether it's a small taluka, Hangal, big taluka, I don't care, but you enter a lodge, you knock on the door, you enter, it's all on video. What is the police doing? It's very, very clear that the police, you know, was completely ineffective.
Absolutely right, Sudha. The police over there has not only been ineffective, it has also been apathetic. Because if they make statements casting aspersions on the victim survivor, that she did not make the statement on the first day, she only spoke in front of the magistrate, just goes to show the citizens' confidence in the police. One. Two, it's a sensitivity of the police. Maybe this police would have taken her statement if there was a sensitive manner in which they talked to her. Because that confidence has to be exhibited only by the police, nobody else in the police station. And if these people are known by the local communities as rowdies, as gundas, as hooligans, then there is no fear of law that these guys have exhibited. So if there is no fear of law, one has to question, who are they afraid of? They are afraid of nobody. and has their religion, belonging to whichever religion it might be, adds to that impunity? Or is the police saying that because there is nothing, no evidence, no proof, so we don't really put them under the clause of rowdies or hooligans? All of that is secondary if that woman, if that group of people could have barged into the room,
Yes.
all because a auto driver told them. So
Yes.
everybody is cahoots.
Yeah, everyone is in cahoots, absolutely. He was the one who gave them a tip-off, Brinda. This our reporter told us that they were speaking and the tip-off went. So even if, you know, Brinda, the thing is, and ladies and gentlemen, what Brinda Digge says makes a lot of sense. And also, Brinda, let me add that even if we say we don't presume anyone until proven guilty, maybe, but today they have, you know, if this alleged gang rape comes to be true, then obviously these are monsters, Brinda. So what are we talking about? These are not some circus clowns who are making children laugh.
Absolutely right, Sudha. This is a group that has been doing things like this and have been getting away.
Yes, all
and
right.
have got away. Let us
Yes.
place it on record, because the police have not put cases that would implicate them correctly and truly in the court of laws.
All right.
So which means they have just been getting away, and that impunity has continued to increase.
All right. Let me go to Satyaprakash ji. Satyaprakash ji, I read out what Siddaramiah ji said, you know, during one of his, it was in May when he said, moral policing will not be tolerated, there will be zero tolerance. And in the BJP regime, we saw a lot of it happening, you know, if interfaith couples being pulled out of auto rickshaws or, cars, vehicles, etc. What is going on in Siddaramaiah's rule, sir? That, you know, you are a woman, you are staying with whoever, it's your business, you are adults. Some 6 men barge into your room and they beat you and they also videograph you. I mean, I have other questions I'll ask the police. I mean, representative of the police and Ms. Jija, but I am asking you, what is going on, Satyaprakash ji?
Sudhaji, first of all, I will not do politics like the former CM, Bommai, and the so-called BJP spokesperson at the start did it. When Siddaramiah said 6 months back that moral policing will not be tolerated by this government and the police in the state, he meant both extremes of all religions. We are not hypocrites like Mr. Bommai. When we say moral policing by Hindu extremists also will not be allowed, moral policing by any other religious, this case, if there are Muslims, will not be allowed. An incident has happened. As Jijaji, who is a very senior cop in Karnataka police, has clearly said, the police of the district have taken strict action.
I am not talking about the police, I am asking you about the government.
Allow me to speak, madam.
Speak on the, please be focused. What is happening about, police is okay.
You please don't interfere, give me a chance, I will put my point of view of my party.
Yeah, quickly.
Definitely when a woman under distress is being taken to police station, normally the women constables will be allowed to talk to her.
Okay.
If the woman has not confided with them, that means she was afraid at the start. And when she was taken to the magistrate, she had the courage to put it out. So there is nothing wrong. I am not questioning it. The Congress party has not questioned it. As soon as the SP and the police have come to know that there is a gang rape involved, they have put the necessary sections under 376D.
Even one incident, why should even one incident happen under your regime?
This issue.
I am not, please, I will send you this recording. You have again not answered the question. You have gone hither and thither, and that is your prerogative, but don't say that, don't politicize. I am a woman first. For you it's a theory thing, for me it's practical. Please, Jijaji, let me come to you. Jijaji, let me come to you and, ask you certain things that, the other thing is that anywhere when I was young and when I was being teased, people around sometimes, some of them used to react, what are you doing? I grew up in Delhi. So they would say, kya kar rahe ho bhai? Chhod do. And think, I am very surprised, unless there is a deep conspiracy here, that how come the hotel guys did nothing? When this couple, you knock on the door, they enter, they abuse you, they kick you, which is Jijaji, all there on recorded on video. They do everything, but how come the hotel guys do not react at all? Then they take the woman and the man also to a isolated place and there allegedly gang rape her. So what were they doing? Don't you think that is kind of wishy-washy, something very fishy there?
Yeah, I think the hotel manager should have taken prompter action and reported to the police chief herself. And they should have come. They could have, if that had happened, they could have nabbed these guys in the act of taking the woman out. It's such a heinous offense, and I really do not know how 7 people could, storm into a place and go away, and nobody reports it to the police. If the police was informed, I am positive that they would have come and this would not have happened. You were asking why the girl did not report at that time. You see, the woman is traumatized. The woman is a married woman, come away from Sirsi to this place, and then this is happening to her. She is dazed. So we can't really blame her, and we can't blame the police, because if they come to know, if the matter is reported, and if they don't act, then we blame them.
Ma'am, with due respects to you, I have done a lot of stories about, such stories, unfortunately. But, unless or until, even today when I enter a police station, there is a kind of an uncomfortable feeling I have. I've entered the police station many times. But the point is that it is to instill confidence in a woman, and particularly a woman like her. And her marriage has nothing to do with it, Jijaji, that she was a married woman. Any woman can be traumatized. But the point is that the police perhaps failed to instill that confidence that, come on, tell us, we are here to protect you. We are the police. That's what we keep talking about, reforms in the police force. I have to take a break. With due respects to you, all my guests, taking a break, but coming right back to speak with Satyaprakash ji, also with Brinda Adige, and of course a very senior police officer, and that being Jija Madhavan Hari Singh, in a bit.
वर्ष 2070 तक भारत नेट जीरो का लक्ष्य हासिल करेगा.
There is certainly a wall of capital coming into the clean tech, climate tech space, not just in India but across the world.
This and more, streaming on world's first news OTT, News9 Plus. Download now.
How do you fulfill that promise? Because ultimately expectations have to be met.
What certainly comes across is the lack of political will.
If you look at the political landscape, is it really changing for women, or the women reservation will need to be the needful?
Without any reservation, the women can fight.
And the gang issue is at the heart of it. And what is the inability of the forces that dead bodies surface but not the living people?
Mitchell Starc became the costliest player in the history of the IPL. A defiant performance by Ten Hag's men, keeping Liverpool quiet to earn a goalless draw.
Sri Lanka don't have any chance. There's another way to win here. I think it's too late in the day.
I wonder how that will happen, given he is among the richest sportspersons on this planet at the moment.
How the game is evolving, and I think that's really important.
Go all guns blazing into this journey now.
Now standing at 7 feet 4 inches, Satnam Singh is making his way into professional wrestling.
I did my best, but now I have to change my life. I hope so. We are getting more good news for India in 2024.
Nobody would have expected this.
Why is the state not looking at putting an embargo on that?
And the state has not been able to handle that part of its own responsibilities.
It's not the fiefdom of politicians. They owe it to the people.
Everybody is as good a citizen as we.
As a Telangana person, I will not accept his leadership.
What was worrying was the stories that were coming from the Congress that there was internal sabotage.
You can't straight away give 12%. There is no provision.
Exactly.
You need to do a lot of other things.
Yeah, just because they are tribal, everyone does it.
Wait.
That's my problem. How do ordinary folks deal with this? Think about it. The South Indian is here and we are discussing the horrific Haveri gang rape, and my guests include Jija Madhavan Hari Singh, who is a former DJP of Karnataka, Brinda Dige, who is an activist for the women, and Satya Prakash, who is spokesperson for the KPCC. We shall also be joined by one guest, but we are waiting for his connection to come out properly. Brinda, I want to ask you something that, this entire incident, there are different chapters to it, as it were, But I want to ask you that over the years, last time I spoke to you, you spoke about how acid attacks had increased in Karnataka, and you said, listen, I don't really believe in the data. You had said that the data is something which has to be culled slightly differently. But I'm asking you that over the years, we have that graphic, if we can put it up, about how crime against women in Karnataka has been increasing steadily, which will happen. I mean, the population increases, there is some logic to it. But the point of the matter is the moral policing, which is very disturbing for me. Why is it that first they said, Dakshina Karnataka is a laboratory for Hindutva, that's why it's happening. But the regime changed. There is now a Congress government. What do you think is really wrong? Is the fear of God, in the sense that, if you do this, the police will send you to jail? That is lacking here. There is no deterrent here. What is the problem? This whole moral policing, holier than thou attitude, Brinda.
I must place on record that this euphemism, that moral policing, it is not moral policing. These are crimes against women. This is violence against women. These are gender-based crimes, and that is how it must be addressed and read as, because that is what we have our IPC laws for. The moment we say moral policing, we are somehow giving it a social sanction with religious connotations to say, okay, we should turn a blind eye to it. It is not. And it does not matter which regime is there. It doesn't matter which political party is there. I feel that all of them are against women. Everybody wants to control women, control our bodies, our choices, our decisions. They just think that women are there to do the bidding of men. Patriarchal, chauvinist, sexist, and I can think of n number of words. So here what you pointed out, Sudha, these are crimes for which there are laws, and that is exactly. Sadly, the police also get away by not looking at it like that.
Right.
The police also get away by saying that in this instance, oh, she didn't tell us earlier.
Yeah.
Well, she might have mentioned it in passing and you might have ignored it, sidelined it. We don't know because nobody was there at that particular point of time. So she may not have had the confidence to share more of the details. And that is why she spoke in front of the magistrate. And that too at the end, when the magistrate would have asked her in a much more sensitive manner. So she got the confidence to say, yes, this happened to us. Now, the other question that you asked, why did the hotel owners and people at the hotel not call the cops? Do they have no confidence in the cop? Don't they have a responsibility? Have the cops registered a case against them for bystanders and abetting? Because if you look at the case itself, it looks like the police, the hotel people abetted in this crime. The auto driver, the cab driver, all of them abetted. They are all party to it. They may not have assaulted the person, the woman's person, but they all are abettors to this heinous crime. So it is time that the police and the rest of the justice system and the community start addressing it as crimes against women, gender-based violence, and any kind of religion or religious connotations given to anything like this is abhorring, unacceptable, appalling.
All right. Mr. G. A. Bava, retired DCP of Mengaluru, is also joining us on the phone line. Mr. Bava, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mr. Bava, don't you think that you can look at this horrific Haveri gang rape case as a failure on the part of the police in policing? I'll come to the arrest and all later. What guts do men have, 7 men, to enter, to barge into a hotel room, to pull out a woman, slap her, slap the man she is with, and also there are no deterrents in place. Apparently these were regular rowdies, otherwise no young man will get up one morning and say, oh, I'm going to enter a hotel room and assault a woman. You can't be. There must be history cheaters. Don't you think there is a major problem in policing, when you talk about this Haveri case?
Of course, ma'am. This is because of they are not, or people are not afraid of law, and they may be rowdies. I don't know. You are telling they are rowdy sheeter or not. But whatever it may be, they must have fear of law.
Yes.
And the same youngsters are. Hello.
Yeah, go on, Mr. Bava.
Hello.
Okay, there's a problem with Mr. Bava's audio. Let me go to Satyaprakash ji. Please someone fix Mr. Bava's audio. Satyaprakash ji, as it's very clear that they have been able to arrest 3 people, I think. One is in hospital and the others are absconding. What kind of an action is the police, is the government taking to ensure that all of them are put behind bars sooner rather than later, sir?
Technology will be used, their mobile tracking will be done. There are other methods within the police organization on how to track them. They will be tracked and they will be put behind jail. I think let us understand the chronology of events. As far as my knowledge goes, and please give me some time, okay? See, what I feel is, at first, they have found an interfaith couple. They are not couple actually. She is married and that guy also is married.
They're still a couple, sir.
That's I don't know. How can we call them a couple?
Of course you can. Let's live in a modern world. What do you mean, Satyaprakash ji? Go on. They were lovers, maybe. It happens.
You can call that. I will not go to that level to call them that.
Oh,
I don't know.
Don't call them no couple also.
Yeah, go on.
I don't have facts, so I will not call anything.
Okay, sir.
Exactly.
Because if you always intervene, you can go to the next person, because I will not be able to put my thoughts.
Sir, I would love to hear your
thoughts.
Is
there are 2 cases you need to see. First case is assault. I think whether the rape and the assault has happened on the same day, we need to check. I don't have facts with me right now.
Okay.
Second thing, what I would like to say is, as soon as the assault happened, why did the large people didn't inform the police? If they had informed the police would have come and stopped a rape happening. You need to understand. Forget about politics. Congress, BJP, OI. Let us look at that woman and give justice to that woman. Okay, that's more important. I am here on this show to see that that woman, if at all that heinous act has happened, we need to give justice to that woman first and put the accused, whether he is Muslim, whether he is Hindu, I damn care. Ours is a secular party. We treat all criminals equally. Whether the criminal is a Hindu, whether he is a Muslim, whether he is a Christian, we damn bother. Siddaramiah doesn't care for that. Bombay can do that. BJP can do that. RSS can do that. But we don't differentiate between criminals. The law will take its own course and the strictest action will be taken against them.
All right. So you are saying that, at least, but let me tell you, sir, little facts that I know. The rape happened somewhere else, sir. They took the woman along and it happened somewhere else.
Why did the lodge allow the woman to be taken?
That is what I am asking. I am asking the top police guys here. What were they doing? It means there is no...
At the crime scene, what was the lodge doing? They should collect the ID cards. They should collect the address proofs before giving a room. After an incident of this sort has happened...
No, but why should they collect identity cards of those that woman and that man, sir? Why, sir?
Absolutely. Before giving a room, according to the rules of Karnataka,
they have so, but what has that got to do with this case, sir?
No, if they would have collected and if some other person would have barged into the room, they have a responsibility to inform the police when there is an attack on them. Why are they not informed?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
If they would have informed,
I mean, I have no words.
Serious crime would not have happened.
Acha. Okay. So, but apparently that woman, you know, her whereabouts were known later. But I think more than the identity, Satyaprakash ji, the Lord should have immediately called the police number and said, there are some gundas who have entered our lodge. They have also broken into a room. Please come and beat them. That's what they should have done, which they did not do. Let me go to Jijaji here. Jijaji, if you're still with me, I'm asking you that this question once again, that I think what Mr. Bawa said is that the fear of law seems to be missing here. You know, forget about politics, because politicians come and go and they are only here to kind of win elections. But I think if there is a fear, you know, after the horrific Nirbhaya case in Delhi, the fear was so much that for some time everything was blissfully quiet, ma'am, you know, because they knew that the entire nation will stand up. But in this case, ma'am, I think it was complete failure on the part of the police, not police, but policing, Jijaji.
Yeah, so I mean, in a way you can say that, but we are not running a police regime here, right? We don't put, I'm glad that they are not putting the fear of the police in each and every person. But technology today is such a powerful tool. Instead of just taking a video and putting it on social media, the other guys who are in the hotel, they should have been more responsible. They are so careful about who is entering the hotels these days. And why haven't they used a mobile phone and called the control room? Everybody knows the police control room number. Why haven't they done that? You know, there are so many... Ma'am,
we do not run a police state. Very well said. I completely agree with you. I do not mean that we have an army regime or a police state. Not at all. We are a vibrant democracy. But the point is, I will call the police if I have the confidence that the police will do due diligence, ma'am. I have seen that happen many times. They say, don't call the police. They will not do anything. Mr. Bawa, doesn't that happen very often? That you do not dial the police because you know that the police will be biased and will not do anything?
No, not like that. I am not telling about fear of, more than police, fear of police. But fear of law must be there. It is maybe so many reasons. It is because the conviction rate is very less because of the system. In some countries, in foreign, abroad, so many countries are there. Into such allegations, they will definitely directly they will get punishment, severe punishment. That the fear is there. But
yeah, but then, you know, we are not a police state is what people will say. And I quite agree. I respect Jijaji. But the point is, there has to be a balance. I've completely run out of time. My apologies to all of you. Satyaprakash ji, thank you. Brinda, as always, thank you very much. Jijaji, it was such a pleasure speaking with you. Mr. Bawa, thank you very much. I'm taking a short break. Ladies and gents, back in a moment. Stay with us.
The scale of the attack was something that we were surprised at. David Hadley was a double agent. The Americans did not want him to be fully exposed, so all that he probably shared with the Americans was not shared with us in terms of intelligence. If we had that, I'm sure that we would have been able to deal with the situation far better.
This and more streaming on world's first news OTT, News9 Plus. Download now.
जानना है तो देखिए, समझना है तो सुनिए, सीखना है तो पूछिए और कमाना है तो खरीदिए। जानकारी, सलाह और निवेश सब एक ही सुपर ऐप पर। पैसे का सवाल है तो जवाब है मनी 9। आजादी पैसे की, अभी डाउनलोड करें।
Bangalore traffic is an example of something that has gone wrong with our system. We have